You're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to of Ask Us Anything. Now, right off the bat, let me say that this is not the best connection we have ever had. In fact, it's one of the worst. It's a very marginal internet connection, because we're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, well, we're somewhere. Where are we?
We are in Mousetail Landing, State Park, Tennessee.
Mousetail, not trail. Mousetail
I thought I said
Landing
tail.
in Tennessee. And somewhere between Memphis and Nashville is about as close as I can get you. About 100 miles, a little closer to
12 miles from Linden.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
if you know where Linden is, we're 12 downtown Linden, whatever that is. So I hope we have a good enough connection to go because we want to visit with you. It's a gorgeous here. Got off the Natchez. Go on on the Natchez Trace. Our video every now and then. Let's bring Care, who's going to help us model.
I wonder if it.
Oh, I'm here. Mike and Jen, from what I'm seeing, are frozen. So I don't know if they can hear me or not. But hello.
I'm going to take you off. And
okay.
Hopefully.
It's too much.
What happens is there's one internet tower, one cell tower, someplace within range. It's about 2 bars is all we're getting here. And if other people have cell phones or our voice and our pictures aren't, so I see the questions, try and take them, and then give me thumbs up if it's working. Is it working?
I noticed an LP had installed a strap on top of the door. They're going to install one on the Wonder. It worked well.
So we're not going to install one on the Wonder, and it's a different door. It is adaptable to blowing open in wind as it was on the Unity that we used to have. So we don't feel we need that on the Wonder, right? Right. Hey, I started to say, and I hope that everybody heard us about our video on the Natchez Trace. It is, we started a 5-part series yesterday on our RV Lifestyle YouTube channel. Please watch it. We've got 4 more that we'll be doing, and it's to just come off the trace. And now we are, we spent the weekend in Nashville at our son's house, and now we are, for those of you just joining us, we are in Mousetail Landing State Park. Now, somebody's going to say, how did it become Mousetail Landing?
I mean, Mousetail Landing, most people wouldn't go to a state park named Mousetail Landing.
And the reason it was named that is back around the Civil War time, we're right near the Tennessee River, the 6th largest waterway in America, by the way. We're right near the Tennessee River, and there was a landing there, and there were a bunch of tanneries here. Well, mice were attracted to tanneries, and one of them burned down around the Civil War.
One of the tanneries.
And as everybody came out to the tannery, 1 million mice were running out of the tannery. And so they called the place Mousetail Landing, and it has stuck ever since. So that's where we are. It's a beautiful state park where they put us up on kind of a hill, a small mountain, mountaintop in Tennessee, but it's not, the internet is so. It looks like it's holding up. So we'll keep trying that. The other thing I want to tell you is for those of you who are supporters of us, supporters on either Facebook or on YouTube, if you choose to support us, we have set up and are now selling tickets for our big meetup. We call it the Meetup on the Mississippi, watch our Natchez Trace video part 1. You'll see the place we stayed. It's a great park we found right on the Mississippi. This is for supporters and members only. And there's where you can find out about that. But if you're a supporter or a member, sign up now. It will sell out. I think we just have had it up for a couple of hours and we've sold a third of the tickets already. So check it out. It's 3 nights, 4 days, full hookups, lots to do. We will have a great time. If we can, if we should not sell it out, we will open it up to anybody who follows us anyway along. But these are for our members and our supporters, and we've got another one set for next July, not this July, next July, and that I can't wait to tell you that. You can find out a lot about that from our supporters group. Hey, thank you, Despina Reyes, for a $4.99 super chat over on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. Question from Despina.
Okay. If the Hershey RV show is a go, do you expect there will be enough dealers with inventory of Class B and C campers to bring a variety of models by different manufacturers for comparison?
I
Boy,
think
is that
so.
a good question?
I think so, yes. I mean, there's a pent-up demand, and if the big thing is a lot of the dealers don't have inventory. Now, hopefully by September, when the Hershey show is on, they will have inventory, but right now they don't have inventory. They don't have a lot of new products, and what they have is sold before it even gets to the lot. So hopefully that supply chain will improve. And then of course you'll see a whole bunch of them, but even so, I suspect you'll see a pretty good presence there because the Hershey show is the biggest in the country, arguably, and we hope to be there as well in September.
Do we share the rumor that we were told, because we don't know it's true, when we were boondocking about Pennsylvania?
I don't know that rumor.
The banker that drove through Pennsylvania, the couple?
I
We don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true, so we're not going to share it.
But and we want to keep things positive. So
Right.
We keep them as positive as we can. Happy Panda here.
Question. We are in the process of replacing our well-loved 2004 road truck with a new Wonder LTV next year.
That's the Wonder right behind us.
What adjustments will we have to make going from a B to a B plus? Thank you so much.
A little more room, a little more comfort. What else? Oh, and you can take a shower. You got a dedicated dry shower, instant hot water on this thing. If you ordered the lithium and the solar, you've got all of those gadgets. But what else?
It's a little, obviously a van versus a Class C. The Class C is a little larger.
This is technically a C.
They call it a B plus, but it's really a C. So it's a little bit larger, just wider. I think the length is the same, 25 feet.
It's longer.
Not much.
No, the 2404 road truck would have been about 22 and a half.
Oh, okay.
So you got a little more. And I don't know which model Wonder you got, but much more storage. If it's the rear twin model like this, you've got massive storage. I don't know if I can. Don't want to lose my connection.
I wouldn't mess with it.
Right,
go to the website.
Right there.
And look.
See where it says Wonder? That is the garage, and that opens up actually, and it will open up like so, and you could put bikes in there or just about anything you want in there. So that is the Wonder. And good question, and congratulations, you got a new RV coming. It's going to take you a while to get it though. James Harris.
Do you ever need to use shocks and tire stabilizers, even though you have 4-point stabilizers? And do you ever use tire covers?
No and no. We don't need to put any chocks under there with the stabilizers. They're not going to really do much good. I suppose if you're on a hill, but we don't ever park that way. So we don't ever use them. And I don't use tire covers. If we stayed in one place for a long period of time, like a couple of weeks, I maybe would put them on if it was exposed to the sun for the entire day. But it's a needless expense in our book for the way we RV in this Class B plus or Class C van. Nettie Valentine.
When will we be able to buy a Serenity, 2021 or 2022?
I have no knowledge of that at all. Last I heard, they just weren't going to be doing them again. So I don't think they can get the chassis. The chassis for the Unity are the ones that are selling right now. They may bring them back. I don't know. I have not heard anything, so I can't give you any. Call them up. Call up Lisa and ask them. Maybe they can help you, Nettie, because we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. Facebook user.
Have you had any trouble finding available campsites on this trip?
None.
Weekends, it's a little bit harder, but it's still spring. Kids are in school. Now, the campground we're in right now, it looks like it was filled,
Over
during
the
the
weekend.
weekend.
You know, the little
But-
white tags they put on posts?
Yeah, we're going to take a walk. I think we're the only ones in this loop.
I think we are the only ones. There's 3 loops here. This is a really nice park. If you are ever in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, between Nashville and I don't know where we are. I mean, we have a story that we're doing in this general area near Kentucky Lake tomorrow. And so that's why we're here. But what a surprise. Of course, it's a beautiful day.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's hilly and
but we
beautiful sights.
We've not had to make
spacious.
reservations anywhere. We've been able to find spots. It's the one reservation that we did make when we first started. We found we didn't like that campground, and we moved to another one with no reservations.
Yeah,
that
we even
loved.
lost today.
And the one that we moved to is the one that we fell in love with and decided. We went to him and said, we like this so much. That's the one we decided we're going to do our meetup in October 18th to 24th, first for our supporters. Let me just tell you one thing about our meetups, because you'll hear us talking a lot about it. We keep them intentionally fairly small, under 50 rigs if we can. Sometimes they get a little bigger, but not much. That way we have found we're able to meet everybody. And even so, with 2 people in a rig, that's 100 people. And so we do our best to try and meet and greet everybody. But anything bigger than that is just too impersonal. So we try and keep them fairly small. And in our case, we're hoping around 30. If we can just limit to 30, and we'll see what happens after that. But that's the ideal sweet spot for us. And we loved this campground so much. You can see it in the Natchez Trace video that we did. It was a rainy day, though, when we shot.
Yeah,
that.
it was a rainy day.
It's at the end of the video.
I don't know why I enjoy rivers and watching things go back and forth on the water.
The barges on the Mississippi. Yeah.
I know they're not ships, but
Yeah.
Great Lakes
amazing.
ships.
But the Mississippi, oh my, and Natchez, what a town. So for those of you who are our supporters on Facebook and our members on the YouTube channel, you can find it on the members tag on YouTube. You're invited to join us, meet up with us October 18th to the 21st in Natchez. And let's go on to James Harris.
Since your RV has a built-in surge protector, will you be getting another one for double protection?
It's like wearing double mask, James. No, she just elbowed me. Well, I'm sorry. That's crazy. So no, we would not be getting another one. Actually, I do have one, but I don't use it.
But we'll keep it because we don't know if we might get something different someday.
So that's why I keep it. And we bought
it.
And you know what? There have been times that I put it in because I think it's a better one than the one that whatever the one comes with this. So I do like that, but I don't. There's no need for redundancy with it, so we wouldn't get 2 of them. Thank you, James, for the question. Kenneth Michelson. Ken Michelson from Fort Walton Beach.
We are having fun, Ken, on our trip.
Ken's one of our dog park buddies there.
And Princess says hi to Bo. Princess and Bo have known each other for years.
Since they were pups, and they play it when we're down on the Emerald Coast. They play every morning in the dog park. So hi to you, Ken. Thanks for checking in. Bob Heinen.
Could you please help us, because they're deciding between a road trek or a pleasure way, 2008. Both are clean bees.
I guess it's a preference thing. I probably would go with a road trek. 2008 was a great year for a road trek.
It was a good year. But pleasure ways are wonderful.
Pleasure ways are great. I don't know that
I don't know the floor plan.
Way. Yeah, I don't know the floor
Usually
plan.
they don't vary much, but I don't know the floor plan for the pleasure way.
Pleasure Way is a very well thought of company. It's a small family run company in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Road Trek has now gone through 4 different owners in the past 8-9 years. I think it's 4. Let's see.
3, I believe.
Yeah, well,
The people who made
the
it.
founders, the investment company, Heimer, and now the French company. So 4
4.
different owners. And, but 2008, they were made by the original people. So the only issue is parts. Can you get parts for it if you need it? I would ask around a couple of dealers. Can you how many of the old parts the new owners of Road Trek have. Whereas I think on Pleasure Way, you'd probably have it easier getting parts from the company. But that's the only issue I'd say.
And
They're
I
both
don't know.
great quality
I don't know
rigs.
whether the Road Trek has the 2 twin beds. Remember that one that we had, the first one?
Yeah,
we
we had a 2006.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the sofa bed or
Or
what
t-
kind
yeah.
of bed.
But they're both. Those were the glory days for Road Trek. They kept on running. Kaiko Clutch. I like that name.
Do you still only use the Trip Wizard to plan your trips?
We use it to plan our longer trips. Yes, we do. I showed a interview on the podcast. We use a app called the Road Weather app. It's a free app. They do have an upgrade you can get, which we got, but for it's what $8 or something for an upgrade. But we love that app, and that shows you the weather you're going to find along the way at different spots along the way. So we use that, and I will sometimes use, if we're going to stay at a KOA, I'll check a KOA to see if there's one in the area. We certainly use Harvest Host. That's our go-to place to stay on the road. And we're going to try and find one tomorrow night, someplace between here and wherever. But we travel serendipitously. We very seldom make reservations. So we love Road Trip Wizard. Roger Heatwall.
Is all-wheel drive a good value?
I don't know.
Depends on where you live.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
Where you
we
plan
have
on
not
traveling.
needed it. Let me just say that we have not needed it.
But it sure would be nice to have if you did need it.
Yeah, that's right. And when I got this, we ordered it with all-wheel drive. One, we wanted all-wheel drive because we do a lot of winter camping, but these things weigh enough that they have great traction. So I'm kind of glad I have it. And I think when we sell this in a year or two and get something else, it'll increase its value to have it. So yes, it does have that value. But if it's a budget issue for you, whether you buy one or not, if you're going to be mostly in warm climates where there's not ice and snow, you're probably fine without it. Just my opinion. So good luck on that. Vaso. I'll just go with Vaso.
Have you ever been to Greece? No, but I would love to go there.
Yeah.
Would love to go
You
there.
must be in Greece. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, we would love to go.
I hear it is absolutely beautiful. My sister's been there and I'm jealous.
Yeah, we would like to go there. And I'd love to. It'd be fun to go an RV through Greece if we can. So thank you for that question. We've not been there. Roseanne Corbin.
Just wondering how you stay cool in the summer. I have heard that the roof AC isn't sufficient.
Sufficient for us.
It just about freezes us to death.
Yeah. I don't know where I've heard stuff comes from because it's been great.
Maybe they're in Death Valley.
Yeah, maybe somebody in Texas or Florida, or if that's where you live and you're going to do all of it. And we do not RV in really hot weather. We try to go places that are cooler. And my favorite weather is sweatshirt weather. At the end of the day, like this, we've been in a t-shirt and I'm still in shorts, but we try and stay, and we use altitude, to try and keep in that sweet spot for us, which is in the 70s. Once it gets above 80, I don't like it. But this thing, the air conditioner is.
And if you want to stay cool, I guess you would have to go make sure you could always plug in so that you can use your AC or have a couple fans inside, put your awning out, get a little handheld fan, or we have a battery operated fan that we bought for football games down in Georgia.
That's good for
boondocking. Because it was hot.
Yeah.
You could use it for boondocking, battery operated fan.
But I think this air conditioner is pretty sufficient, don't you?
Oh, I think it freezes me.
Yeah, it does. We put it on the other day because we left Bo in there to go. We're shooting some video and he couldn't. He would have gotten in the way, and it was only on for 15, 20 minutes. So we came back in. It was like really cold.
He loved it,
and the heater really works well on it too. In fact, I keep the heat at. We've had to turn the heat on a couple of times in the last week in the morning. Or even at night, it's gotten down, that cold front went through, and even down south, it hit in the upper 30s at night. So we turned the heat, but we find that if we keep the heat at about 56, it's warm. It's too warm almost.
It's really too warm.
Yeah.
Like the other night, you had the heat on, and the heat vent is on the floor. So you paid for that.
Yeah, Bo decides he wants to not sleep on his bed. He wants to sleep on mine.
Bo came in and jumped on top of Mike. It's too hot.
This woke me up, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Ruth Van Beeler.
Bug splatter. How do you reduce them and how do you remove them? Well, for removing them, a dryer sheet that you've used, if you save a couple dryer sheets that you have used, they work great
What do you call
for
those things?
cleaning. Well, they just,
Dryer sheets.
there's those little sheets that you put in the dryer. They work great. People told us about that.
And they
that
have to be
cleans it.
used.
Yeah, because there's too much soap if they haven't been used. So you just save a few of them if you can remember to do that. And they work great for cleaning. But I've heard other people put different products on their windshield to keep things from sticking.
We used Rain-X a lot in the windshield wipers, and I that kind of helps avoid streaking and stuff. But I think it also helps remove bug splatter. And bugs are out.
South Dakota.
Oh my gosh, we have a video on YouTube. We called it a bug blizzard, and that's exactly what it was. I've never. It's happened to us twice actually. Driving I-90 out
South Dakota,
near Mitchell, South Dakota. We'd pull over and we found we went to the same place a couple of years in a row, a car wash, because we had so many bugs on our windshields. But yeah,
you couldn't see.
Yeah, but those dryer sheets do work. They do. Views 2.
Picking up our new Airstream Interstate very soon. Wanted to have it inspected, but can't find an NRVIA inspector anywhere near Albany, New York. Do you have any suggestions?
That's the
What
problem.
about our friends out east? John? Would they be? I don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about. An NRVIA. That's my problem with that group. There's just not enough of them. They're a great group, but there's not many of them. They're all in Texas, I think. It's the National RV Inspectors Association. And, my best suggestion is to find a mobile RV tech. Every community has them. Usually they're guys who worked in dealerships, and so they have a great deal of experience in working with RVs. And they know everything about it and all the different models. RV techs sometimes are much better than taking your vehicle to a dealership, actually. So I would find one of them and say, hey, we're getting one. We'd love to get it inspected. Now, if yours is a brand new, it says
Should
a
be
new,
fine.
Maybe you're buying it's new to you, but it's gently used, then, that'd be a great way to do it. Find an RV service tech and have them check it out for you. Wendy Miller.
Would either the Wonder or Unity be comfortable enough for 4 to 6 months of continuous travel throughout the U.S. for 2 retired people, or should we go bigger or spend more dollars for more comfort?
Wow. How do we answer that one? I think the Wonder would be too small for 4 to 6 months for 2 people. If you don't have a dog, maybe. I think the Unity, yes, you could do that pretty comfortably. But I don't know, do you want mobility? Do you plan to stay in one space longer? And that's where I'd say you could get something bigger if you're going to stay in one place. But if you're going to move from place to place a lot, having something smaller like a small C, like the Unity or the Wonder, or one of the Pleasure Ways, or any of them, that mobility is a really, comfort room versus mobility. What's your trade-off? But I think the Wonder would be. Don't you think it'd be a little small for 4 to 6 months?
There is a little bit more room. Like our
in
last
the Unity, a lot more.
Yeah, the Unity. Yeah, that last one that we had with the Murphy bed and the slide. Yeah, 2 sofas.
Look at the Unity FX, and that has a little slide at the front and a king size Murphy bed that comes down. And then when you put it up, it's a really nice lounge. It makes into a table. They've got a little a rear area in the back that one person could hang out there. So the Unity has, there's a lot we miss about the Unity that we sold to get this, and that slide and that extra room, really is nice.
And with the Unity, you could pull a Toad.
Yes, it's on the Sprinter chassis. You could pull a small car if you wanted to. This one, I think some of the other Wonders you can, but this one, because we got that big garage, we can't. There's not enough towing capacity on it. So, but we've never towed anything before. A couple of times on this trip, as we've been doing some urban exploration on some of these old narrow southern streets in Natchez, I already knocked off my ham radio antenna. I got to replace that. So, but that's the only downside on it. I guess I'd go with the Unity for 4 to 6 months or something of that size. Rob Donaldson.
When you have a pet in the RV, what safety precautions do you do when traveling? You can get a seatbelt and a harness and fasten your pet down. You can put them in a crate and anchor that down somehow. What else?
Yeah. We talked about this. Did we talk about it last week? We talked about it sometime. I don't remember when we've been on the road so much. I don't know.
I presume they were talking about when you're driving down the road.
Did we share? We didn't share the thing about Bo. We talked about it on the podcast about Bo becoming a bark ranger. It's a new initiative that the National Park Service is doing. But we learned from some folks at the National Park Service that they are really going to discourage RVers in particular from leaving their pets unattended in their RVs while they go on a hike or exploring. Even if you say the air conditioning is working, even if you have, as we have in ours, we have a little temperature monitor that will send me a text on the cell phone to tell us if it got too hot. Even that, they say they don't want you to leave pets in. It's not a law there, but it is in many states that you cannot leave a pet unattended in any kind of vehicle. So the big thing is you always want to make sure that it's cool enough for them, and it can get so hot out there that you want to be careful.
This is just like a car. You know how hot it gets in a car. When you leave a car and you come back to it, it's like, whoo, 20 or 30 degrees warmer than the outside air temperature.
Yep. And it happens in just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It warms up really quick. So always making sure that the air conditioner is working, and they all have redundancies like ours. We can program it for if we're boondocking, for the generator to start so that the air conditioner can run. There are lots of little different things. We have that monitor that tells us, the nimble pet monitor that tells us when the temperature gets too high. But all that stuff can fail, and we don't want to take a chance of Bo in a vehicle that's 100 degrees.
I remember once we were out camping out west, and we left air conditioning running, and we came back, and our road trek, there was another road trek that looked like ours, and we went to that one, and there was nothing running.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You were so upset because we thought we were going to find a dead dog.
I did, but ours was a couple blocks away and it was running. Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard traveling with the pet. There's a lot of trade-offs that you use. A lot of places you can't go, a lot of things you can't do because you got to take that little guy into consideration, or big guy as Bo is. He's right underneath there.
He's right under the table.
I'm not going to move the camera because
don't touch it.
But he's right
Trust
underneath
us,
the
Bo
picnic
is
table.
under the table.
Yep. Rosemary Green.
I just started a Wonder Rear Lounge and have a 2-year wait. Whew. We are getting the lithium battery option. What kind of battery monitoring system is there, and can it be Bluetooth?
I think the new system that they have is Bluetooth. And yes, you can, when you have them build yours, tell them that you want, make sure that you can have Bluetooth access to it all. I don't think I have it on this one. It's not Bluetooth. But you got to be right next to it for Bluetooth. It is kind of Bluetooth because it works through that, that little flat panel control center out there. But yes, they do have it, and you can do it. They have, at least this one is Battleborn batteries. It's from the parent company of Battleborn. It's Dragonfly, but it's the same company, same battery, just different brands. One's for OEMs, Dragonfly, one's for the consumers, which is Battleborn, same battery. And that's what we have in this one with a 2,000 watt inverter. And then we have 400 watts of solar that are connecting it. And all that can be Bluetoothed. Hey, a Canadian $15 super chat from Scott McRae. Hi, Scott. And he says, thanks for all you do.
Well, thank you.
I hope we open that
us.
border up there, Scott, so we can get to Canada and you guys can come down here. Hope that happens this year. Views 2 again.
The Airstream Interstate is brand new. Do you think I don't have to worry about inspections?
No, then just when you get the walkthrough at the dealer, don't let them rush you out the door. Make sure they go over everything, that you've got notes, you've videotaped the walkthrough, and then you always have a suggestion about staying nearby.
Yeah, camp nearby so that anything you've forgotten or can't figure out, And make sure they've got a support system. I mean, that I remember that in the past when we would have questions, we would call.
Yeah. Who do I call?
Yeah. Who do you call? When
Give
you
me
have
your cell phone.
questions?
Ask the whoever walks you through. Okay, so like if it's 8 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning and I can't get something started, I need your phone number for the next couple of days, and don't let them buzz you off. Oh, just call the general dealership because you'll just get voicemail. So you want people accountable.
Yes.
So good luck. But
And you will have questions.
but yep. But videotape it because then you can play it back.
Mhm.
And one suggestion, and I know you can get the Airstream manuals for the interstate online. Get it online. Do your best. Ask the dealer to help you find it, and start reading that and studying that ahead of time.
Yeah.
So when you do the walkthrough, you're a little familiar with it. That'll help. I've always wished we had done that.
Yeah,
Now
that's-
we did on this one. I actually looked up. We had known had used the Wonder 2 before, so we knew about it. But
yeah, that's a really good idea.
I had a good idea. Did I? Oh boy. Bryson County.
Okay, you guys are beautiful. Do you guys have a home as well? Yes, we do have a home. Do you think you'll ever go full time in the motorhome?
No,
No, not unless.
we're already 3/4 time. And that's enough. We've been on the road now, really since late January, and we're heading back to Michigan. We've got
We
a
gotta
couple of
check on our
appointments.
house.
I'm doing a video with Camping World in May or mid-May for a couple of weeks, and then I think we'll hit the road again after that. So
We'll go home for a little bit.
Yep.
As you get older, you have more maintenance.
he says we're beautiful.
Oh.
You are, not me.
Thank you.
The Roseanne.
What is your dream or our ideal RV?
It's kind of like a question we get a lot. Somebody will say, "What's your favorite state?" And we'll always say,
Whatever state we're in.
wherever we are now. Like right now, if you ask me, I'd say it's Tennessee. This
It's
is
absolutely
just
knock your socks off gorgeous, except I'm going to be afraid to go out at night because a young man just told us that the copperheads and the rattlesnakes come out at night and lay on the streets.
well, they just came out of their holes, and it's still a little cool. You didn't see the rattlesnake that they had
I'm glad I didn't see
inside
the skin.
I can't make it big enough. It was about that big, the skin.
I remember the snake you saw down in Georgia when you were bike riding with our grandson.
Yeah, it was a big guy.
As long as you. Okay, so what's your? There is
Room-
no such thing
okay.
as perfect.
Here's what I miss the most: a place to work, a dedicated workout. Yes, I have a desk I can hook up in that, but it's a pain. You got to set it up.
And he's got
Gotta
a cranky
put it
wife
away.
because then I have no room, and Bo
Yep.
has no room.
Yep. And so most of the time I do all my work with my laptop on my lap, and I edit for a while, and my neck hurts and back hurts because it's terrible, So I really miss a dedicated work area, an office area.
Yes.
I miss that a lot. I
And-
miss having I'm being honest. This is not the most. It's fine to eat out here on a picnic table like we are now, but
Mhm.
like we eat dinner, we don't set up that table. I know we could, it would be better, but it's just a pain to set up.
And
a
I don't
table.
want to set it up in the back because I like to support my back. I don't want to
Yep.
sit on the edge of a bed.
So I'd like a place to sit down and actually be able to put the
You would like
plate
a
on
desk
a
area.
table in front of me.
So we miss our table
Yeah.
that we had in the Unity.
So those are all the things, and
We had a big table.
I mean, I don't know. I have a list up here that I keep going, and those are my two pet peeves right now. Ivan Josie RV journey.
Any recommended locations to stop to spend 3/4 of the day on route from to Idaho?
Sioux to Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah.
Sioux City. Where?
Maybe
I don't
South
know.
Dakota.
I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know which way you're coming and what you want to see and where you've been before. There's just so many places.
I think
Get out, get RV Trip Wizard, draw a 350-mile circle from wherever you're going to start the day, and look and see what's out there, and it'll also give you places to stay. There is not a lot, although we are finding in these states that you don't hear a bunch. Like we just came back from Mississippi. We fell in love with Mississippi. There is so much to do, so much fun stuff, from Natchez to Tupelo, the birthplace of Elvis. We had a ball last week in Mississippi. So, and Ohio has a lot. If you can get near Lake, I don't know where in Ohio you're going. Lake Erie is really fun. You go to southwestern or western Ohio, you got some great. You got a national park. You got some great places to, there's like rock cliffs and great views. So I don't know, I don't have enough of your journey, but or enough of where you're going on your journey, but
Just get on the computer.
Just get on the computer
and say, what do you need to see? What do you need to see?
And I don't know which
in an
route
area.
you're taking. Rosemary Green.
One more question. Does a parking brake in the transit impede passing others and
passing back and forth
from the cab to the house?
No, it's real tight against the driver's seat, and you don't have any trouble with all that.
Oh, the parking brake. Yeah,
you just pull it up and you put it down, but it's right flush against the driver's seat, so it doesn't affect you whether it's up or down.
We have had problems in the past with Bo hitting.
That was on the road trucks that we had.
Yeah, Bo used to hit the parking brake, which
all
wasn't
the time.
good.
Yep.
That was scary.
But no, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem on this.
Facebook user.
Okay, have you seen where Elon Musk tweeted that Starlink will be available for RV by end of 2021?
Okay, I want this to be on the record now. Who said that first? Before Elon Musk said it. Who said it first? I said it. Go back and look. I think it was in February, my video on Starlink. I said it will be available and for RVs by the end of 2021. And I got all these pompous people saying, no, it's not going to be. There's no possible way. I said, yes, there is. You don't know what you're talking about. And then, honest, it was like 10 days later, Elon Musk came out and said the same thing. So yeah, I said that. I did a whole explainer video on Starlink, and maybe Chris Cowley, who's handling us over on YouTube, can put that up in the chat window for everybody. Yeah, he says it was. I really wish it was up now. I've had a lot of problems with data running over data overages. I take it back. This is another my pet peeve. It wasn't data overages. It was because they're technically unlimited. That's what Verizon says. It's not unlimited because once you reach a 15 gig cap, they throttle you. You get you go from megabyte speed to or from gigabyte speed to maybe 600 megabytes. It's just a pain. You can't do anything with it. So I have now two of these MiFis that I use for one. They're both on Verizon, and I went in yesterday and I upped the data to both of them to 30 gigabytes each. So I now have 60 gigabytes for them. I did learn something else though. When you have a data card like that, don't connect your cell phone to the data card. Let your cell do just cellular, because that's separate, and it won't take away your data from the data card. But anyway, I don't know if that all made sense or not, but I had a lot of data problems, and we finally
had a lot of days of being
so
upset.
It's back to the point. I can't wait for Starlink. I really can't wait. Ronald Eckes.
Do you go out west? I love the Pacific Ocean.
Not in the days of COVID. We're not really very welcome out there. And, no, I mean, we love Yellowstone and we love Glacier and we love Utah, but frankly, we stay away from California these days. And in the Pacific Northwest, it's beautiful, but again, we're
going to have trouble going home because we have been in states where
it's been normal. Everybody's normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to go back.
Yeah. So anyway, but we'd love to go out there. We just want things just got to get a little bit back to normal, because we do love the Pacific too. There's nothing like the Pacific. No. Just amazing. Sue Ellen Johnson.
I heard that you don't need a fishing license to fish in any national state park. True or not true?
I do not think that's true, because you do need a fishing license from the state that you happen to be in. I know that from wherever I was going to fish. I think there are a couple of them that you may not have to, but I know I've heard before that you do need to have a fishing license in that state. So I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Trevor Clow.
Hi from Ontario, Canada. Are you planning to come north when the border is open?
We always go into Canada when the border's open, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. Maybe by fall, but your prime minister, man, he She's okay. Well, you know what he's like.
It's going to be black and blue. I keep having to
She's
pound
kicking me.
elbow.
Well,
and
I mean,
knee
I'm
and
just so fed up with all this stuff. But
I have
no,
to get some duct
hopefully
tape
it will
next.
open.
And if
Hopefully,
I have to answer the questions, they're in trouble.
hopefully it will open soon. But they say not until the end of the summer, maybe fall, maybe next year. Danielle Bowman.
Did you ever tent camp with your family? We sure did. What is your favorite memory from those days? Good advice for a young family tent camping.
We actually started off in a travel trailer. Then we went to a pop-up camper. And then when our kids were gone, we went to tents.
I guess we really,
And
yeah,
then
we
you
really-
had tents when you camped as a kid.
yeah.
So what's some advice for Danielle
Oh, favorite?
for a young family tent camping?
Make sure you got a cover that you put over your tent. So in case it rains, it's not going to hit the roof of your tent. Make sure that you've got something under the tent. Again, we're from Michigan where it rains a lot.
Yeah.
Under your tent so the water doesn't come up through the floor. Winter camping, you can stay warm in a tent. If you're in a tent, do you camp next to the bathroom? If you got a bunch of little kids, you think you got to use the bathroom a lot. What would you say about tenting? We were spoiled because when we tented, it was on your sister's property.
We boondock. It was
boondock.
It was just
Private
middle
property
of
in the middle of nowhere.
we loved it, you know. Just enjoy it, you know. Those little kids are only little kids for just a little while, and it seems so hard when you're a young family. You know, it's a lot of work, and but it's so much joy, and just enjoy them.
They'll have
hug them a lot, tell them scary stories at night. That's always fun
around the campfire.
Yeah,
and obviously making s'mores and those camper dinners if you want to make those.
But your thing about having a rain cover is really important because the rain will cause a big sag in the tent, and
then you touch it, the water can come through, and
if you touch it because you're gonna, and then and then underneath you want to camp somewhere so the water, if it raises up a little bit, doesn't come through the bottom.
And I don't know if you're going to be on tents, probably air mattresses.
Yeah.
So
take your shoes off before you go into the tent.
Take your shoes off before you go in, and
get the stones and everything out of there before you put the tent down on the floor. Just enjoy it. What a great time.
Enjoy and just have adventure walks and have adventures.
Hey, a super chat from Chris Allen for $9.99.
Okay, have you been to Table Rock Lake near Branson, Missouri? I recommend the small town of Shell Knoll and
Shell Knob.
Shell Knob. Okay, and that area.
Shelf Knob. Yep. We've been to Branson. I've seen signs for Table Rock Lake, but we've never been there.
We should go there.
Yeah, when we were planning this gathering that we're doing now for our supporters in Natchez in October, we had considered Branson. We couldn't get anything in Branson, so we were hoping to do one in the next couple of years in Branson. But we love Branson. It's a great place. So much to do. We love the Ozarks. Oh my goodness, talk about a beautiful area. Thank you for that super chat, Chris. I appreciate it. And from Bill Dickerson.
I would like to purchase the Yellowstone video, but only saw where you were selling the whole package of all your videos.
We don't sell our videos. It must be our books, maybe, but not our videos. No, you can buy Yellowstone all by yourself. Just go right there. There's the address on the screen. But they're not videos, they're ebooks. So you can download one instantly for either one of you. We sell special, prices if they bundle, but you can buy it individually there as well, at that address. William Robbins.
2021 WMB.
Would say a Wonder Murphy bed?
Probably, maybe. On order.
With, oh boy, LifePro 4 bats, a 4K generator, no solar.
No solar.
Why wouldn't you get solar?
Do you think we'll be able to boondock for a night or two in a row between full hookups?
How much batteries? I don't know how many batteries you have. But yeah, you certainly you can for a night or two, but I don't know what. And if you have a generator, you have a 4K generator. Yeah, you'll be fine. You can go for as long as you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. A lot of people don't like generator noise, so but I'm surprised you didn't put solar on there. If you're investing all that in lithium batteries, the LifePro 4, why you didn't put solar on? Because we have just 400 watts of solar. And we have two 100 amp lithium batteries. And during the day, The sunlight charges those lithium batteries up. Whatever we've used at night, they charge them up. And it's kind of like a great little balancing act.
I'm sure they checked it out and for their needs.
Well, I'd think about solar. Think about resale. People will say, "Why didn't you put solar on?" So that's another thing to look at too. All right, Bohemian became a YouTube member. Hey, Bohemian! That means as a member of our that's the YouTube RV Lifestyle channel version of being a supporter. And there's 2 different levels there. But now that you're a member, you can come to our supporters meetup. Our meetup on the Mississippi, October 18th through the 21st. Just go to the member area there on it, and you can learn all about the meetup. Tickets are going. We started selling them today. Would love to see it. That's how you can become a supporting member. You keep hearing this talk. People are going by.
Bo, be quiet.
That's how we become. You can become a supporting member either on YouTube as a supporter, or as a member on YouTube. YouTube's members, Facebook, or supporters. And we've got lots planned for you guys. Should talk about our merch. We got them all here. This is our Boondocker sweatshirt. It's also T-shirts.
I've got
mugs.
the lightweight sweatshirt on.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they've
Very
seen that.
lightweight.
Jennifer's
don't
got
touch
on.
that, you'll lose it.
No, this won't do it. Jennifer has on.
Everything's reversed.
That's the zip. No, I don't think it is. That's the zip Happy Trails lightweight sweat. I guess it's a sweatshirt, right?
Yeah, it's very lightweight. It's not a heavy.
Yes,
just a little bit.
So we have all these great designs that we came up with for 2021, and we invite you to take a look at it at that link there.
Can I tell them the story about the guy that didn't have a coat?
Yeah. This was the other one thing we've noticed is we were in a lot. We boondocked in a couple of national park campgrounds where it's free. I mean, free for 14 days. But we've seen a lot of.
Don't make me have to beat you up again.
You don't have to, but there's a lot of homeless people there sleeping in cars. Not a lot, but probably a third of the people in the camp. So anyway, we were walking through the campground. We saw one of these guys. He was just sleeping in a car, and he had
hammock.
It was cold and it was raining, and he had a hammock. And he was just like in shorts, and he had like tights on underneath, or maybe sweatpants and a T-shirt. And we're walking past, and we said hi.
I just said hi. Are you going to be warm enough?
And he said that somebody stole his coat. So we walked down a few feet, and Jennifer kind of does the elbow to me, and she says, "Go give him your sweatshirt." My new sweatshirt. So I walked over to the guy, and the one I had on was the one that says Happy Trails. I walked over. I said, "Can I give you my sweatshirt? It's going to be cold tonight." And he went, "No." So anyway, why did we tell that story?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was extremely funny.
I like the Happy Trail sweatshirt.
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't his style.
Yeah. Okay. We are about to get out of time. Oh, we got another super chat from Dennis and Amy. Our life. I think that must be their life.
On Scamp Travel Trailers.
Scamps are so
love
cool.
Ours. Hello from Southeast Minnesota, Amish country.
Scamps are so cool. They're Google Scamp Travel Trailers. Those of you who are interested in travel trailers, and they are really neat. They are awesome. So thank you for the super chat. And I think Our Life, Dennis and Amy, Our Life, Google them. It sounds like they're influencers, or they have a channel or something, and you can find them as well. How's that for a $5 plug? We'll give it to you. Thanks.
Commercial.
Karen Horton.
Okay, when driving in a Class C, does the dash AC make it very far into the coach? How hot, stuffy does it get in the back of the coach?
We never know, because we're driving. It's cool up front.
Yeah, it's cool up front where you need it cool. Bo would like to sit up front, if I can say that.
Yeah, I have a couple of dash cams, and one of them, Bo's right up front, always going like this with getting the air.
He sticks his snout right up where the air conditioning comes
The dash
out.
AC is meant for the cab.
Yeah,
not for the RV.
For the whole RV.
It's not meant for the RV. It's meant for the cab. So obviously that's not where you're going to cool off the back of the place. Van Trip in Oz. Sounds like somebody from New Zealand.
Loving the live chat. How much water do you suggest carrying for two people?
A day? We've never measured it up, but if we're boondocking at the start of the day, we will fill our freshwater tank up so that we have more than enough. Now, we shower in ours. I think it's 26 to 28 gallons. I can't remember exactly what it is, but about that much. And we find that boondocking, we can get 2 showers a day, one for each of us, for 3 days, and then use all the water we want for cooking and drinking. We tend to drink a lot of bottled water. I do filter the water real well. So, fill up. I don't know what kind of a vehicle you have, but 26 gallons works with us for showering and for cooking and stuff. If you're not going to shower, gallon a day maybe for each of you. I don't know. James Crick.
Scamps can float in a flood. Well,
There you
that's
go.
awesome.
There you go.
Awesome.
Camp on the Mississippi with us in October, and we can find you downstream if it gets really rough. All right. It looks like we are about out of time, and what I'm really excited about is it looked like our live stream held up for most of the time. Thank you guys so much for all of the questions and the comments. And I want to put up our members address one more time. We keep talking about being a supporter and a member. And one of the things that we have for that is because our Facebook group is 50,000 members now, our Facebook page is 418,000 likes. We wanted a way we could be in a little better communications and closer with you. And that's why we have the Facebook supporters and the YouTube members. And it's just a way for you to help support us, and you get closer access to us. And one of the things you get is member supporter only meetups. And the first one is October 18th through the 21st. And it's going to be in Natchez, Mississippi. Look on the RV Lifestyle channel on YouTube, and you can find all about Natchez. And at the very end, you'll see the campground that we're going to have it on, have this gathering at. So many things to do in there, especially the world's fried chicken. Take a look at that on the video. But we really did have a great time there, didn't we?
It was fun.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of all this. If you join and become a supporter, remember, you can be a part of that gathering, that camp out, but do so fairly quick because we expect that one to sell out. Let's see if we can hold up our stream and bring Phyllis on. Hi, Phyllis. Did this work?
I think so. It worked pretty good.
I didn't see anybody complaining. Hopefully they weren't with the lag. So it's starting to get cold now. The sun's going down. Phyllis, everybody behave. Anything we need to touch on before we go?
No, you have a great audience. If we missed a question, we'll try and answer it over in Facebook if that's where it was. And congratulations, you got through it.
All I had to do is get the people out of the area from using the cell phone, and it worked.
Yeah, I think this must go to a boat launch or something, or else people don't have anything to do and they just
drive
around
the campground.
I mean, we used to do that when we lived in small town America. You go out to the state park and drive through the campground.
Yeah, that's good. Again, if everybody wonders where we are at the Mousetail Landing State Park in Tennessee. Phyllis, thank you so much for there over on YouTube. Thank you to Chris Cowley, our video editor. And Chris, I know you've been working hard over there too, and we appreciate all you do. We appreciate all of you folks who make our Sundays so much fun. We love chatting with you. We really do. And we're excited. Check the blog, rvlifestyle.com, new content every single day. And we're really excited about this series. We just started yesterday, a video series on the Natchez Trace. Really, it belongs on everybody's bucket list. So much history, so much fun, so beautiful. And
it's so nice to drive a road without big trucks.
No trucks.
And it's just peaceful.
No billboards.
I mean, if you don't, the speed limit's down.
Speed limit's 50 miles an hour.
Crazy. But it's very pleasant.
Take your time. If you've never done it, budget, as you said, about 2 weeks, really, to do it right. We did it in 9 days.
And we needed more time.
And we would have liked to have had it a little more. Now, we stop and shoot video, and that takes a little longer than just looking. But yeah, anyway, the first part of it is up on our channel now, and we invite you to see it over there. Just go to the RV Lifestyle channel on YouTube, and it's on the incredible river town of Natchez. We fell so much in love with it that we're going to have a gathering, a meetup of our friends and supporters there in October. Meantime, we want to just thank you guys so much for bearing with us tonight. We hope that you have enjoyed this as much as we have. It's so fun to be together. Thank you all for being with us. We'll see you next Sunday.
Happy trails.